Adaptive ANC headphones from Clear? Let's check these out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out these. These are the Clear Alpha Adaptive ANC headphones, and they're pretty sweet. They feature 40mm ironless drivers and Dirac Virtuo spatial audio, which means they sound really good. In fact, I have some music playing on them right now, and it is super easy to slip them on my ears and enjoy some really excellent audio. Now, part of what makes these really interesting is they have features like multi-point connectivity, so you can have them connected to multiple devices simultaneously, like your computer and your phone. And that adaptive ANC has a really neat feature. So let's say I'm on an airplane and I have the adaptive ANC and I'm listening to music, and a flight attendant comes up to ask me a question. So all I have to do is put my hand over the earpiece just for a couple of seconds, and I go into ambient mode, and now the ANC is turned off and I can hear what they're saying, and now it's turned on again. Super easy. So in fact, on the right earpiece is a touch sensitive panel. So things like a swipe up increases the volume, a swipe down decreases it, a double tap alternates between pause and play. Obviously, these have functions for phone calls too. And speaking of phone calls, it features the dual beam-formed microphone pickup. So I'm going to demo that in just a second. 35 hours of battery life. You give it a 10-minute charge and it'll give you 4 hours of playback. The charging is through USB-C, cable included, so super easy to work with. There is an app, the Clear Plus app. In fact, let's get into some demos. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's see, is I'm going to do a demo of me muting my music or turning off my music. Now I'm going to go to the voice recorder in the Apple on the iPhone. This is an iPhone 13 Pro. So I'm in voice memos, and let's go ahead and let you see what I'm doing. So I'm in voice memos, and since this is connected via Bluetooth, what you're going to hear is this microphone pickup. So let's do that. And now you're actually hearing the audio from the headphones mics. And it's pretty darn good considering that the microphones are way over here and my voice is coming out from here. So, pretty sweet. Let me switch back to regular audio. And now let's go into the Clear app. And I'll have to just jump over here. And here's the Clear app, and it's already seen these headphones, so it's already paired. But this is basically everything you get. If I want to turn off noise cancellation, it is off, and I get I get this off in my headphones. I turn it back on, and you can go to an equalizer mode, and you can adjust it if you want a ton of bass, although it's pretty bass heavy. But you can't do that if you turn on this Dirac Virtuo spatial audio. In fact, if you try to go to the equalizer, it will just say, yeah, no, you can't do that. And otherwise, you could just go back to your music and okay, that sounds good. Let me pause it again. Let me turn off this recording so we can figure that all out later. But suffice to say, really, really nice headphones. They also, in addition to having their own app for you to do fine-tune adjustments, they're high-res audio, Bluetooth 5.1, aptX adaptive, which is great for really the vast majority of devices. And like I said, they not only have touch controls on that right ear, but there's also a button on the left side that you can push and hold, and that actually can get you to your voice assistant. If you're using Android, it's going to be Google. If you're using an iPhone, it's going to be Siri. So push and hold, and then you can just ask Siri to, for example, skip track or something if you really don't want to just use the touch panel. If you just push it, give it a short push, then you can turn on and off that ANC also. So very handy. And in terms of what comes with it, well, let's look in this box. And I got to say, really nice travel box. It is a hard case box, so it's nice protection, but it's not weirdly enormous, which is what a lot of these end up being. So open this up, and inside, it's kind of an interesting design. Oops, I guess it already was open. Let's try this again. So, is that it actually has some shortcuts printed on the mat behind the case, and then included with it is an airplane adapter for those of you that need one of those, and that USB-C to USB-A charging cable. And it can also go into a wired mode. So this is a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. If you don't want to use Bluetooth, if you've run out of battery, if you just prefer it to be in wired mode, then that's definitely something you can do with the included wire. And that's everything in the case. It fits in, it's nice, it's small, very well designed. Not only that, but I want to do a little shout out because their instructions are really nicely done. I have to say, a lot of the devices I get have almost completely inexplicable instructions that are printed in 100 languages, so each one is incredibly tiny. This is all in one language, so I assume they should have a Spanish language version, but it's really well done with really nice illustrations. So props to Clear for getting that right, because that is something that people immediately gravitate to when they first pull this device out of their, out of the case or out of the box. So lots to like. In terms of the sound, I really liked it. It's a little bass heavy. It's not incredibly precise, I found, but it did a really good job with music in particular. And I listened to a lot of like EDM and synth music and stuff, a lot of that sort of chill ambient music. And these sounded fantastic. The ANC is excellent. These are going to become my new default headphones for when I'm working in a coffee shop. They're that good. And I have a lot of headphones. So really lots to like. I really appreciate the design. It's very attractive with this padding on the top headband and everything. And as you can see, very flexible, lots of range of motion and lots of adjustability. So they are specifically designed to be super comfortable, and I've worn them for hours and very comfortably at that. So really, I have no negatives. I just really like these. I really like Clear as a company. I find they deliver really good quality products. And this is just another in that lineup. So very nice. So we need to talk about price. But before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Give me some feedback. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Always appreciate it. Excellent. Now, these are the Clear Alpha Adaptive ANC headphones, and they come in this color, which is midnight blue, or in stone, which is sort of a light gray, which is actually a lot more like the case color. Both are really nice, and it's $249.99 at Amazon.com. Definitely worth checking out. These could be your new go-to headphones for when you're transporting or transiting, or when you're like on an airplane or a train or something, or even if you're just at home or in the office and you just want a little bit of peace and quiet. Definitely worth checking out. And speaking of peace and quiet, I'm out of here, so I'll hope to catch you in my next video.